Hello guys, welcome to uh, Boat Recorder for Wednesday evening. Now, I'm getting a bit of a pickle, getting a bit mixed up with this new story for Thinking the Tide Pool. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a recap about it and bring it to its end, and we're going to return to Topsy Tickle Town. So here we go guys, let's read. The thing that should not be in the tide pool. The tide pool at low moon. Topsy Tickle Town had a seaside cousin. It was called Brine Whistle Bay, a quiet place made of crooked huts, salt-worn bells and fog that never quite listened to the weather forecast. New characters lived here. Myra Puddlewick, curious, practical and never afraid of getting her boots wet. Finn Bellrope, lighthouse helper with a habit of counting waves. And old Nettlesby, who claims the sea once borrowed his teacup and never returned it. At low moon, the tide crept far back, revealing tide pools glittering like secrets. That was when Mira saw it. Something dark, too smooth, too still. It sat in the largest tide pool, half covered in water. It shouldn't be there, Mira whispered. The sea was quiet, too quiet. Fog rolled in without warning. Not drifting, advancing. Finn rang the lighthouse bell once, then again. I don't like this, he says. The tide's wrong. The object in the tide pool shifted. Just a little. Not floating, not sinking, moving. Mira stepped back, then they heard it. Footsteps, slow, wet and deliberate. But no one appeared in the fog. Old Nettlesby muttered, "It's walking when it shouldn't be." The fog does not lift. Morning came. The fog stayed. The object was no longer fully in the tide pool. It had dragged itself closer to shore. Lines in the sand showed where it moved, as if it had pulled itself forward with no one was watching. Finn swallowed. "It's following the sound of a bell." Old Nettlesby nodded grimly. "Aye, things like that remember old signals." The fog thickened, and the object made a sound. Not a growl, not a splash, a creak like an old wood under pressure, like a floorboard. Chapter 4, the reveal. The fog parted just enough and they saw it. The thing was not a monster, not truly. It was an ancient buoy broken free from the deep, covered in barnacles, rope and cymbals, worn slightly by time. Inside it glowed a weak, lonely light. Finn gasped, "It's a beacon!" Old Nettlesby's voice softened, lost, calling for a shore that no longer exists. The boy had once guided ships safely home, but its harbour was gone, and it had wandered the tide searching. Mira stepped forward. Carefully she turned the boy towards the open sea. Finn rang the bell one last time softly. The boy's light steadied, the tide rose, and the fog thinned, and the sea gently took the boy back, pulling it away without struggle. Old Nettleby tipped his hat. Some things don't want trouble, he said, they just want to belong. By the sunrise, the tide pool was empty, the fog had lifted. Brine Whistle Bay breathed again, and the sea kept its secret, but kindly this time. So there you go, guys. It wasn't a monster at all, it was just a boy, a floating boy. Now, we're going to go return to Topsy Tickle Town next again. Go back to the town, and we'll see what's going off in the town. So there you go, guys. I got a bit confused with that story, but we've brought it to an end about the something in the tide pool. Anyway, guys, we're going to return to Topsy Tickle proper tomorrow night. So let's see what they're going to concoct next time there. So there you go, guys. Thank you for joining me. Now we're off back to Greycliff tomorrow morning to see Davy Snow and Lorna, A Lighthouse Keeper's Tale. And as you know, they've gone searching off in Westgate Cove with the name on the letter, what was in the message in the bottle. And the title is called Chapter 20, The House at the End of the Cove. So let's see what that's all about, guys. And join me again tomorrow night when we'll get back to Topsy Tickletown, and we'll have some new characters, I hope. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Bit confusing. I hope you was confused, because I certainly was. Anyway, guys, all's well that ends well. So there you go. Take care now. Thank you for joining me in Poetry Corner, and take care, and join me tomorrow where we're going to go back to A Lighthouse Keeper's Tale, Chapter 20, The House at the End of the Cove. So there you go, guys. Take care now. Bye bye, and stay blessed. Bye bye.